Welcome back to USA Car Reviews. Today we're diving deep into one of the most legendary American trucks ever built, the 1967 Ford F100 4x4 pickup. If you love classic trucks, you know this one is a game changer, a truck that not only represented strength and durability but also helped shape the culture of pickups in America. The 1967 model year was special for the F-Series because it marked the introduction of the fifth generation. Ford wasn't just building workhorses anymore. They were crafting pickups that blended utility with comfort, style, and personality. The F100 4x4 stood out as a rugged, go-anywhere machine that captured the spirit of the late 60s, when trucks began evolving into something more than just tools for farmers or construction crews. At first glance, the 1967 F100 is instantly recognizable with its bold and boxy design. Ford designers gave it a wider, more squared-off body than the outgoing generation, and it looked tougher, cleaner, and more modern. The front end featured that wide horizontal grille with twin headlights set into the corners, giving it a confident stance. The hood line was high, the fenders squared, and the proportions felt muscular. From the outside, you could tell this was a truck built for work but designed to look good on the street too. This was the first F-Series designed under Ford's twin I-beam suspension system philosophy, which had been introduced in the mid-60s, and it gave the truck better ride comfort while still holding up to heavy loads. The F100 4x4 was particularly special because it was the model people bought when they needed to tackle rough terrain, muddy fields, and unpaved backroads. Unlike the two-wheel drive versions, the 4x4 had higher ground clearance, tougher axles, and the capability to push through just about anything. In 1967, four-wheel drive was not a standard option in many trucks. It was something enthusiasts and serious workers sought out. So owning an F100 4x4 meant you had something durable enough for the ranch or the job site but also adventurous enough for hunting trips, camping, or just cruising dirt roads with confidence. Under the hood, Ford gave buyers several options. The base models came with straight six engines, known for reliability and simplicity. But for those who wanted real power, V8s were available, and the 352 cubic inch FE-V8 was a favorite choice. Paired with either a 3-speed manual, a 4-speed manual, or even an automatic transmission, these trucks could handle towing, hauling, and off-road challenges with ease. The four-wheel drive system used a transfer case operated with a floor-mounted shifter, and that mechanical, hands-on feel is something enthusiasts today still love. There's nothing quite like grabbing that lever and locking the truck into 4x4 mode, knowing you're in full control. Inside, the 1967 F100 was also a step forward. Ford recognized that truck buyers wanted more than just bare-bones cabins. While still simple by today's standards, the interior was roomy, with better seating, more padding, and a driver-focused layout. The dash was straightforward, with easy-to-read gauges and solid knobs and switches. Many came with bench seats, but the upholstery and trim options gave owners the chance to add a little personality. For the time, this was a comfortable place to spend hours behind the wheel, whether you were heading to work or on a road trip across the state. One of the reasons the 1967 F100 4x4 has become such a legend is durability. These trucks were overbuilt in ways modern trucks aren't. The steel was thicker, the frames were beefy, and they were designed to take abuse. Farmers used them in fields, contractors loaded them with tools and materials, families pulled trailers, and outdoor enthusiasts drove them into the woods. Decades later, many of these trucks are still running, and restorations have become hugely popular. The 1967 in particular marked a clean slate in design, making it highly collectible. It was the first year of the new generation, and collectors love first-year models because they set the tone for everything that followed. Driving a 1967 F100 4x4 today is a totally different experience compared to modern pickups. There's no electronic traction control, no fancy infotainment screen, no driver assists. It's just you, the truck, and the road. The steering has weight to it, the ride is firm, and the mechanical feel connects you directly to the machine. The sound of the V8 roaring to life, The clunk of the manual gearbox, and the whine of the transfer case in 4x4 mode remind you that this is pure driving. And yet, that's exactly what makes it so special. In a world where trucks have become more like luxury SUVs, the F100 is a reminder of when pickups were raw, honest, and built for people who needed them. Collectors and restorers love the 1967 F100 because it strikes the perfect balance between classic style and practical usability. Parts are still relatively available, the truck's simple mechanics make it easier to work on, and the 5th generation F-Series has one of the most loyal fan bases in the classic truck community. Whether fully restored to showroom condition or customized with modern upgrades like disc brakes, power steering, and updated suspension, the F100 4x4 still has a place on the road today. But what really makes this truck stand out isn't just specs or features, it's the stories. For many families, the 1967 F100 was their farm truck, their first vehicle, the truck that pulled their camper to the lake or hauled hay bales every summer. These trucks became part of people's lives, passed down through generations, and that legacy is why they're remembered with so much love. When you see one of these on the road today, it's not just a vehicle, it's a piece of living history. Here at USA Car Reviews, we believe the 1967 Ford F100 4x4 deserves to be remembered not just as another old truck, but as a milestone in automotive history. It represents the moment when Ford truly elevated their pickup design, balancing rugged durability with a touch of refinement. It helped cement Ford's dominance in the truck market and set the stage for what would eventually become America's best-selling vehicle line. When you look at today's F-150s with all their technology and luxury, you can trace their DNA right back to classics like the 1967 F-100. So whether you're a collector dreaming of restoring one, an enthusiast who loves seeing them at car shows, or just someone who appreciates what real trucks used to be, the 1967 F100 4x4 is a timeless symbol of American strength, craftsmanship, and freedom. It's more than a pickup, it's a legend. This has been USA Car Reviews. Thanks for watching, and if you love classic American machines, make sure to stick around, because we'll keep bringing you the stories of the vehicles that built America.